What's your perspective on what's going on and why you came out to seek Birds of a Feather?
We've had enough, and we're ready to say no. And as moms, we're not advocates for anything. We're not protesters in any way. We're just moms supporting our kids and making sure that they are going to be healthy and safe and have a good future. And just two mama bears, I guess, if you want to call us that.
What did you want to add to that?
Yeah, social media has been a huge part of all this, in the wrong and the negative, and kids are develop so many bad talents from this, and it's scary. It's really sad. It's really sad, and we want our kids to be safe. We want to be safe. I'm not vaccinated.
Has that been a cause of strife with your friends or family?
I would have
We've
to say
never
yes.
let it be.
I would say yes. It's sad because I think, like, let's say my dad, he's an old school Democrat for sports unions, but doesn't know what his representatives have done and where they're at right now. And it's deep and it's scary. And people like judge Trump for being someone that has cheated on his wife. Who cares? No one's perfect, but he's here for us. And he's sharing all this information to us, and you have to do your homework.
He's standing in the way of government coming after us and coming after our children. So, and he's the one that championed the vaccines, right? It was Operation Warp Speed, and I didn't want it then. I don't care.
But he makes it a choice.
He makes it a choice.
Yeah, we're all about choice.
But is this a partisan gathering in your view? It's a partisan gathering?
I feel like everybody is here from every side, and people are walls are being broken down, and truth is getting through. And so people from every side are seeing this. And I agree with, I would say more people that aren't white than any other, because people that want to just stand with this ridiculousness on the other side just because it looks good, I don't. I stand with the people that feel the way that I do and believe what I believe, and they're hearing the truth. And we're ready to say no, and for our children. Again, it's always about the kids.
Have you noticed a divide, a political or social prejudice against you because of your views, or do you keep them hidden?
Yeah, mostly you try and be as quiet as you can, because we allow the other side to speak and feel the way that they want to feel, and we have to be quiet because there's an attack. But not anymore. We're standing up for the kids, and that's how our voices are finally being heard. It's not about what another adult feels. You will not get to my child, so you'll know exactly how I feel.
What kind of an effect has it had on your a negative impact on your kids?
Oh, a lot. Because my kids have stood up for this against the masks and everything else. They've stayed home from school. They've been isolated, before the mask mandates were lifted from our district. So yeah, and my two out of the three that are there, they've suffered for it, but they're totally strong. That's how we're raising them to be able to fight this stuff and be armed with the truth and know why they're saying no. And so they go in there knowing that it doesn't matter what anybody thinks. It doesn't matter what your peers want to say to you. You're going to fight for what's right, and that's what they're doing right now.
Is it a health issue in your view to you?
Is it a health issue?
No, absolutely not. This has nothing to do with
Okay,
health
so
and
here's an
safety.
example. My husband had COVID. We had it at the same time. Everybody had it over Christmas. I don't know how everybody got it at the same time. But my husband was in the hospital for 5 days. And it was super scary. And I said, did we do the wrong thing by not getting vaccinated? He's like, absolutely not. And we went home with oxygen tank. We're still suffering through it, but it's a choice. It's a choice, and I feel like we made the right decision.
Fear is the ultimate stressor. So even the people that believe that this isn't the right thing to do, when fear sets in and stress takes over, it can make these symptoms and what the impact truly is on your health 1,000 times worse. Not to exaggerate, but it makes it so much worse when you're fearful of what is. Like, even if you feel in your heart, oh, it's not the right thing for me, and then you get sick and you say, oh geez, maybe I should have, but we all made the decision that's best for us. So, like they said, like, if there's risk, there should be choice, and that's the whole point of all of this. So if you want to be vaccinated, go ahead. No one's standing. I've never yelled at anybody for taking, for keeping a mask on.
That decision.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
I've been yelled at by perfect strangers to, put my mask on, put it on. I've never yelled at anybody to, take theirs off. And that's the point.
How do you feel about the public health officials? How trustworthy, or how much trust do you have in?
Paid.
None.
They're bought and paid.
None.
I have no faith
None.
at all. None.
I'm sorry, none.
We gave them 2 years. We're way beyond the 2 years, and you're taking away time from my children and their life. You only get a very small
If we would have
childhood.
listened to them, like family businesses would have been shut down. I mean, it's enough. There's no science to it. So on a Saturday, we're shut down because it's science. Oh, on a Saturday, we're open because it's science. Where's the science? That doesn't make sense.
Make it make sense. That's all. That's what we asked before, and they never did. So that's why we are at this point. Make it make sense, and they have it.
Yeah.